Earnhardt said, well, it's nice for the Children's Miracle Network to be getting that $100 a lap, but I need 5 bonus points. Let me get up front. Of course, for you fans that might wonder about the 5 bonus points, anytime a driver leads a Winston Cup race, that is 5 bonus points. It's only once during the race, but if you lead at least one time during the race, there's 5 Winston Cup bonus points.
Dale Earnhardt finished third in this event last year, and he took the points lead from Ricky Rudd. He never relinquished it the rest of the season. So Dale Earnhardt now is 7th in the point standings, 144 behind the leader, Davey Allison. And we're inside now Jeff Bodine's car. That is Wally Dallenbach just ahead. And the Motorcraft telemetry showing you RPM's going to remain pretty constant when you got your foot to the accepted the floor.
192 miles an hour through the corner as you go down the street. 196.
And that's just about all he can get.
197. 199. 199 miles per hour top speed. Watch him as he goes in the corner. And the only reason the car slows down is that as he's trying to make the car go the other direction, and the chassis is slowing the car down to 191.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he backed off.
No.
Just the scrub on the tires against the pavement slowed him down a little bit.
Jeff started 32nd, now running 15th, right behind Brett Bodine.
And we saw Wally Dallenbach on the inside just a moment ago. There he is on the inside. Jeff Bodine went by him. Also the 66 car of Jimmy Henson's going by. Rudd's going by. Dallenbach is going to find out. Ooh, and he squeezes up right in front of the 12 car.
The 12 car heads to the inside, and he's going to see what he can do, but he stands a chance now of losing some spots.
Well, unless Dallenbach will back off, which he won't do going into that turn.
That's Greg Saxon, number 41, running behind Wally. And we show you the interval between that group of cars and the leader, Dale Earnhardt.
Rusty Wallace was the 5th place car. Sterling Marlin looks on the inside. Can he pass Earnhardt?
He's going to have to do it by himself, because so far his Ford partner hasn't gone with him down there. So he said, I'll just do it by myself. Well, maybe he won't.
Is he going to get hung out?
Ned, I think Sterling is thinking of himself right now, not those kids.
Yep.
He wants to lead purely for... Now, Davey decided, I'll go with him. Let's see if we can't get by the Chevrolet.
I think they will.
But meanwhile, here's Bill Elliott on the outside.
And they've got Earnhardt pinned in between them. There's Rusty Wallace coming along in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac number 2. And Terry Labonte is there also. 3 abreast down through the tri-oval. A great battle for second spot as Marlin has the lead.
And Sterling Marlin moves over and leaves his teammate, Bill Elliott, out to dry.
Okay, now once somebody made the move, then we get some 2 and 3 wide breast racing. They were just running single file, but they've changed all of that. Here's Morgan Shepherd. He wants to go up there.
He went 3 abreast down in turn 1. He's still on the inside. Now, if he can catch on to Earnhardt, maybe they can get by these cars.
Ooh, Earnhardt and Bill Elliott touch a little bit.
And look at Davey Allison. He's way down low.
Yeah, he got caught down there by himself. Trying to pick up some positions.
He went by Morgan Shepherd on the inside. He wants to get a little draft off the 3 car, but now the 3 car moves up. Davey has to depend on the 26 car, the green car, but he moves in line. He's left the 26 out of Hank. Nope. He started to move up from the Rick Mass. That's how wrecks happen in this place, is the guy's trying to get back in line.
Yep. Exactly.
Morgan Shepherd is way down on the bottom. As Marlin now has the lead over Bill Elliott and Earnhardt. There's Morgan. Out of line, trying to squeeze between Spencer and Dallenbach.
Didn't make that work.
Fellas, with all of this racing going on, it's let almost the entire field catch up. There had been one pack of cars that had been separated from the lead 20 or so cars, but now just about everybody else has caught up with them running side by side up front.
Remember Daytona, guys, that big crash on lap 92? Both Peter Johnson's cars were heavily involved. Now, the car number 11 of Bill Elliott, that car was salvageable, the Budweiser Ford, but the 22 car of Sterling Marlin was totally destroyed. They took it out back and buried it. Now, Peter Johnson doesn't like to spend a lot of extra money and build new race cars. Say, hey, we'll just go out to the barn and we'll get one we had a couple of years ago. Well, the one they rebuilt to bring here for Sterling Marlin was a car that Terry Labonte used to win here at Talladega back in July of 1989. In fact, that car was so old, the crew said, I think Junior drove that car at Darlington in '65. At least the chassis. This thing is an old one, but it's a goodie.
And Darrell Waltrip has gone a lap down, while Bobby Hillen has been black flagged as the crew checks for an oil leak. So Darrell Waltrip, who finished second in this race last year, has already lost a lap in the first 26 laps.
That's the Team Ireland car that Bobby Hillen is driving. The owner from Ireland comes over, loves Winston Cup racing, came over to run the Winston 500.
We're at Talladega, Alabama for the Winston 500, and at the moment, it is Sterling Marlin leading. We'll be right back. At Talladega, it is still a side-by-side and a nose-to-tail draft of speed. 193.012 is the average at this point, and that's faster than they qualified.
Yes, Ernie Irvin qualified at 192.831. That was his qualifying speed. These guys are racing faster than that.
First three cars are Marlin, Elliott, and Dale Earnhardt, and then a little bit of separation back to fourth place, Davey Allison. Did I really say a while ago that Goodwrench Ford? Man, my mailbox going to be full this week.
I hope you did.
I'm sorry if I did. The GM Goodwrench Chevy is third behind a couple of Fords.
And those two Fords belong to Junior Johnson. He must be awfully pleased with the way his car's been running this year at Daytona, the 500. Right up front all day long, and they've been up front all day long here today. The first few laps of the Winston 500, first 30 laps.
Well, says driver that started back in 26, Jimmy Spencer, and Harley Black Bull, Chevrolet of Travis Carter, now moved up in the top 10 in ninth place. So
two Fords, a Chevy, and then fourth place is another Ford. That's Davey Allison.
Looks like David's going to be able to run that group down pretty handily because
and as we have mentioned, you got to have a drafting partner, and it seems like there's a new form of strategy among the four teams working together. How about that, Davey Allison?
I think that remains to be seen right now. You know, last year in July, there was a lot of words spoken about no cooperation amongst the Ford drivers on the racetrack. Now, off the racetrack, the Ford teams have cooperated very well, and that's why the Fords have done so well this year. But what happens here on Sunday when the green flag falls remains to be seen.
He's not telling anybody. You know, these guys are driving Fords. A bunch of them are driving Fords, but yet they want to win the race. They want somebody else to win the race. They want to win that baby.
Everybody for himself. And John Kernan is down on pit road with Mike Bean.
Mike Sterling looking really good out there, kind of reminiscent of Daytona. I mean, he's right out there leading the pack, but it's in a different car.
Yeah, this is an old car. The guys put a new body on it. You know, Terry drove this car, won a race center in '88 or '89. I don't really know. And Jeff drove the car last year, wrecked out here, but we took it. And my fabricators, they put a body on it. It's a brand new car, you know. I was kidding Junior. He told me I was going to have to just use that old car if I wanted to. And I was telling everybody that Junior ran it at Darlington in '65 when he sat on the pole down there or something. But it's doing well. Maxwell House Texas Speed car, you know, it's doing well. So my guys doing good.
Now, what about pit stops coming up under green? You have to have a driving partner or a dance partner, as we've drafting partner, as we've said all day. Do you have something set up? Did you guys talk about this and prearrange it?
Yeah, I talked to a couple people. Tim and them, I figured we'll stop together, or Larry, you know, or Dale. I figure Sterling's still leading. When we stop, a couple of them will stop, you know. We're having a little heat problem right now. That's why we need to stay out front, but I think we'll be okay.
That's Mike Beam, the crew chief. We expect pit stops to begin happening, guys, in probably 15 to 20 laps.
An incredible pace that's being set. We have been green all the way, and let's hope we can go the entire 188 laps without a caution. 34 laps in the book right now as we begin to think about the possibility of first pit stops. And that's one problem, guys, with this drafting and drafting so tight. The car tends to overheat, and that's why Sterling Marlin wants to be out front so that he can keep that Maxwell House car very cool.
Well, that's right. There's no way for air to go through the grill, through the radiator, to cool the thing off when you're right behind another car. And here's Harry again. This green and white car right in front of Sterling Marlin, almost about to go a lap down. Almost.
The winner last year.